Hey guys, Mike coming back with another video. This is a PC update. I got two new pieces, well, two photos and two cards, and they're really nice. And I wanted to show them off. Just got them in. I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying the holidays. And wishing you all the best. First thing I got in was these four cards. Now this is an unusual set. This is, well, I'll show you one I've already had. This is a 1939 Goudey Premiums. It's the R303A, Hank Greenberg. This is a set of cards made by Goudey here in the United States. Pardon the glare. They're beautiful cards. They're premiums. They have, if they had a batter on the front, they'd have how to bat on the back and how to pitch for pitchers and stuff like that. These cards were made in the United States, given out as premiums by Goudey in 1939. This is the Hank Greenberg in a 6 SGC. Beautiful card. The story goes that when they stopped selling these, they had their sister company in Canada was Worldwide Gum, that distributed their cards also. And some of these R303As that didn't sell, they sent up to Canada to sell. Now, when they went to Canada, there is a set called the V351 set, and that has kind of like the Canadian version of this set here. Now, they had some players that weren't in that set that were released in the United States, I believe. But all the extra R303As they had, they sent them to Canada to sell them. But the problem was that the cards and the wrappers they were using for the V351s were too small. The wrappers were too small for these R303A cards. And they had to trim the cards to get them to fit into the packaging so they could sell them. So what bright idea they have? They trim the tops and the bottoms of the cards. Now, Brian has got one, and I hadn't seen one forever since he got his, and I finally got this one here. Now, if you try to grade them, at least with SGC or PSA, they'll say they can't do it because anybody that's got a paper cutter, theoretically, could just cut off the top and bottom of the card to match the measurements. I think these are like 6 3/4 for the original, and I think it's 5 3/4 for the trim version, so they could fit in the packaging they sold them in up in Canada. So they're the same card, they just been trimmed. So SGC and PSA says, well, anybody could do that. Well, I can't imagine anybody that would take a card like that and trim them up themselves to just, to destroy a good R303A. So there is a debate. Brian and I have tried to plead with SGC to get them to slab them, but they won't do it. But that's only the second one I've seen besides Brian's. And the guy had a lot of 3 of them. As you can see, they're all trimmed, so they all probably did come from Canada as the repacks. Because I can't imagine anybody sit there and just trim them all up. But I guess it's possible. Anything's possible anymore. But for now, I'm considering this the real McCoy. Beautiful shape. So that is really cool. Glad to get that in the collection. And I just got this one off a guy off Facebook, a real nice guy. I saw this on a live auctioneer's auction, and he outbid me on it, actually. And then he just relisted this on Facebook for sale, and we had discussed it, and we decided to find a price that I could live with, and I'm very happy to get this. This is a 1940 Playball, SGC authentic, rated a 4. It is signed by Hank. And the great thing about this signature is that it's actually a period signature. He signed like this from around, well, at least through 40, since this card wasn't existing until 40, until about at least 42. So this card was signed by Hank within Probably a 2-year period. So it was definitely signed between 40 and 42 before he changed the way he did his loop at the end. But that's just a beauty. So very happy to get that. Love sign cards for Hank, but I love even more is the period sign cards. And that's about as good as it gets. And I'm going to close it out with 2 new photos. This is a 7x9 of Hank after the 1935 World Series Game 2. He hit a home run earlier in that game. And the Tigers did go on to win that World Series, but he collided at home plate with Cubs catcher Gabby Hartnett, and he broke his wrist, his left wrist in the game. And here they are looking at it. So nice that they went on to win, but it's a shame he didn't get to participate after Game 2. And this was just a real nice 1946 Hank batting photo. This looks great. Classic pose of him batting. He came back from the war and in 46 led the league in home runs with 44 and RBIs, I think, was 127. So he definitely still had it even after all that time in the war. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I love the signature and the V351B. And I hope everybody has great holidays. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.